Today, I'm going to show you exactly how the number 3 is the magic number in music and why it is so significant in everything we do from the songwriting stage all the way through mastering a song. My name's Tyson. I'm a mastering engineer here at Dinosaur Dog Mastering, and today I'm going to be showing you exactly how the number 3 is so significant in all of music, everywhere, and I can't find a single area of music where it is not super significant. Before we get into that, I do want to let you know I have a free ultimate mixing checklist available for download. You can get that in the first link of the description to help yourself get better, faster, and more professional mixes. With all of that said, why is number 3 the most important number in music? I have 4 different areas in how it is super significant. The first one is 3 repetitions is seemingly a magic number. Once we hit 3 repetitions of a certain word or phrase or melodic line, we basically internalize that and get bored of it. 2 is usually ideal for a melodic phrase because by the 3rd one, we've already gotten used to it and we recognize the pattern there, and then we just kind of move somewhere else. So a great way to insert some flavoring to your productions, especially melodies, is to, on the 3rd repetition, change it just a little bit. So change the end of the line or throw in a little accent note somewhere, and then all of a sudden it shifts that mindset in the brain of like, oh, this is different, but it's still similar. But we still want that repetition enough to be able to encourage people to then grab onto it and get that melody stuck in their head. And that happens at both just an individual phrase. So for example, 3 lines in a verse versus 3 verses in a song or 3 choruses in a song. So by the last time the chorus is coming around, generally we want to change it up and switch it up so that it's not just the same boring chorus again. So this happens both at a micro and a macro level on the music production front and arrangement. So the second place I see the number 3 happening inside of music is 3 decibels. And I've talked about this before in other videos, but maybe not as significantly as today, because 3 decibels is the equivalent of 100% sonic energy increase. So if I increase a sound by 3 decibels, then all of a sudden that's 100% sonic increase of actual energy coming out of that instrument or that mix. So that's super significant because when I'm boosting or cutting things inside of the mix, if I'm doing it more than 3 decibels, I know that I'm doing that more than 100% in that area. As a general rule of thumb, I always teach my students to never boost or cut anything by more than 3 decibels. So 3 decibels is kind of that upper limit that you should be hitting with a single change, because that's a significant enough change. You can definitely hear it. However, you're not going to overmix your song by staying within that 3 decibel threshold. This also applies to most compression. If I am compressing something, I'm never going to compress it more than 3 decibels. And that is probably more uncommon, but I just find it works really well. If I need more compression than that, I'm going to use a second compressor to then compress another 3 decibels. And you'll often see people just slamming things, compressing 8 decibels or more of gain reduction on their compression, but I just don't find that I get good results that way. Take that for what it is, but just keep in mind that 3 decibels is still 100% of the sonic energy of that sound. And so by keeping that in mind, you're going to then create better and more logical decisions inside of your mix. It'll likely prevent you from overmixing your song as well. And then the 3rd place that I see 3 coming up again in mixing is that the human brain can't really grasp more than about 3 elements inside of your mix. So if you have more than 3 elements inside of your mix that are the primary elements, people are going to miss it. They're not going to understand what's happening inside of your song. While obviously we have more than 3 elements going on most of the time, our brain will inherently just combine sections of that into 3 elements. And then the other thing too is if you want to emphasize various elements inside of your mix, keep yourself to only 3 elements, 3 primary elements that you want people to really pay attention to. That could differ throughout your mix based on the section and what everything is doing. So if the bass line has a really cool little lick that you want to emphasize, just bring that out, automate it up, the volume and then automate it back down when it's done, so that that enters one of those 3 primary slots that you have for your mix. This will really allow you though to be intentional about your mixing. If you can only have 3 elements in each second of your song, which 3 elements would it be? So go through your song and make sure that you're emphasizing those 3 elements throughout the mix. And again, they can be different elements throughout different sections of the song based on what's happening. This is also a warning just against overproduction, because if you just throw way too much stuff inside of your mix, the human brain's not going to be able to tell what's going on. They're going to combine everything and it's just going to be a big wall of sound. So unless that's your goal, then make sure that you're very intentional about what you are and are not putting inside of your mix, because the human brain is just limited in what we can hear. The 4th and last point that I want to make of why 3 is a magic number inside of music is, as humans, we love stories, and stories contain a 3-step or 3-step arc, I should say. This is really impactful for your songwriting. So even if it's a song that doesn't necessarily tell a story, you're still conveying an emotion. And by using a story framework, we can really make a song powerful by using this. Steps inside of a story is you have an initial setting of the scene, so you know what's going on, who are the main characters, etc. The second one is you have a conflict where something is happening that's bad with the characters, right? You know, it can be anything. One character's mad at the other one. It's a breakup song. You know, he cheated on you. I don't know. Any number of things. And then you have the resolution of how does that character, for example, in a song, likely how does that character feel about this breakup and him cheating on you? Where you get the idea of you have to set the scene of who's involved. You have to have the characters and the conflict that's going on, and then you build that into a resolution. Generally, that is ending in a feeling of whatever you want to convey with the song in a songwriting scenario. With that said, 4 main areas where 3 is the magic number in music is repetitions. An increase of 3 decibels is 100% of sonic energy. 3 is how many elements of a mix that somebody can actually pay attention to at any one given point in time. And then also number 4 is there are 3 main stages to a story, which all of our songwriting should entail. With that said, thanks again for watching. I hope you found this informative and helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, as I release videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to help you get better mixes. Also, one last thing, if you did find this helpful and you liked this video, then leave a comment below saying, yes, I like this format, because this is a lot different than my normal tutorials. And so I want to know, do you like this? If you do and find it valuable, I'll keep doing these on occasion. If not, then I'll just stick to the normal tutorial format. Okay, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.